So just reflecting on the Business Rocks event from last week, and looking back on the day, it was quite a remarkable achievement by the children, really, to condense everything that we asked them to do in 2 hours. How did you find working with the kids?
Yeah, it was interesting, pretty challenging, really. Probably as much for me as it was for them. Yeah, they kind of sort of seemed to take it on board pretty well. They got into the spirit of it. They realised we only had a short time to produce something that would usually take much longer, you know, up to weeks, months even, for a single track to be produced. So yeah, with that in mind, they kind of threw themselves into it.
How do you think? Do you think they dealt with the pressure of the day better than adults would deal with it?
Yeah, they did. They were pretty relaxed, really. I mean, some of them had never been into a situation where, you know, they were faced with a record button being pressed. You know, it was kind of quite daunting to step up and kind of do a little bit of, you know, perform. But yeah, you know, they worked well, they worked hard, and a lot of creativity came out in the process.
I mean, the end results, and looking at them, they are what they are. It was 2 hours work. They threw everything into the melting pot. What I found really remarkable was they worked so well as a team. They went out there in their individual groups, and everything knitted together in the end. It was a terrific achievement for the kids to actually come up with an end product. And yours was the music side of things, but we also did our film company, Riviera Productions, doing the film side of things with Sam Hunt and Andy Quinn. The film side of things for me was remarkable. They came up with a concept. They filmed it themselves. They started it themselves, and then they edited it all within 2 hours.
Yeah, they did the same with the music, Gary. They came in, it was kind of pretty much a blank slate when they came in. I kind of pre-prepared a couple of basic drum sounds to get a beat or a rhythm track started, basically set a tempo out for the song. The children kind of suggested, you know, a starting point. We built it from there, really. Most of the children in the room had input into the track, whether it was musically or with the ideas. And again, the whole thing kind of gelled together. That was my job, really, just to kind of overview the project, point them in a direction, to get a finished product in the deadline required.
We had two groups on the day, which was there were two different sizes as well. There was I think one of the schools couldn't called it off at the last minute, but there were more within the second group than the first group. But the first group that we worked with had a little bit of experience because they come from a performing background. How did you find working with both groups? Because you came up with two completely different tracks, didn't you? And with the exact same remit, and the same with the filming.
Yeah, the first group was the performing arts students. They seemed not so much more creative than the second group, but a little bit more willing to express themselves in front of a microphone, or throw ideas out into the mix. The second group were a little bit more reserved, probably being business students. But again, the ideas were as strong, and the input was as strong as well. So the two groups really came up with their own kind of overall feel for the track. One being a little bit more softer and soulful, if you will. The second one being maybe a little bit harder, a little bit edgier, a little bit darker. That was created from the kind of from the feeling in the room, the way the thoughts the students were coming up with, and the ideas they were putting into the project.